So Sheila, thank you very much for your time. I'd like to start by asking you to tell me a little bit about Edie, the character. What was it about her that made you think, yes?
Well, I'm a patron of a little organisation that gives time off to carers. We have a house in Shepherd's Bush, would you believe? Unfortunately, we're about to lose our funding, so that's a bit of a struggle. But I've met a lot of people who care, and I've done some caring myself with people who are dying. And there's no life. It's dreadful. And if, like Edie, you've been caring for somebody that you don't love anymore for years and years and years, you're dead inside. So when I read the script and I saw that she actually picks up, she remembers something when she was a child and she makes up her mind and goes for it, that in itself I thought was wonderful. I thought, what a wonderful example. And then when it continued, the relationship with the young man, I feel quite strongly that we need to emphasise that there can be friendships, and in a play that I've done, even a sexual relationship between old and young that is very profound. And if we make those divisions, it's very sad. So I just thought it was so positive. And I, at the moment, as an actor, am into doing positive things. I want to actually say something that's gonna, because this year has been for me so diabolical with Brexit and all those things, and a lot of my values have been thrown up in the air. Liberalism, all those things that I've believed in, all my ideals have been thrown into question. That I suddenly think I've got to say something positive. I've got to hope that things are going to get better, and this film does hope that things are going to get better.
What did you think, as a city girl, what did you think of Scotland in all its magnificence?
I thought it was magnificent. I mean, I'd never been on that sort of landscape. The nearest I've been was Yorkshire, with that kind of dry stone wall, rugged, which I love, and the heath and Wuthering Heights area as well, you know, which is wonderful and bleak. I'm not good with pretty country. I'm really not good with thatched cottages, and I'd prefer to be in London. But the sheer grandeur of this place and the feeling of being part of nature, because I was reliant on the rock not to give way. I was reliant on clinging on to rock, and my feet had to be on the rock. And I just felt part of it. And when you look around and know that there is a patch, a black patch, which they pointed out to me was there from the beginning of time. Geologists flock to this particular area, and they have proved that some of it is from the Big Bang. And it just, you can barely get your head around it, but you also become absorbed in it in the most extraordinary, almost spiritual way. It's ecstatic, almost. I've never felt that before about nature. So it has changed my attitude to nature completely. I realise I'm a human being, animal, part of nature now.
Now, this looked like a really hard shoot. You know, all shoots are hard, but this one looked pretty tough. What was it like?
It was agony. It was honestly agony. I mean, I really was uncomfortable. One of my worst moments was halfway up the mountain. We had to camp on a ledge in a tent, and there was a sheer drop, and it was cloud and everything, and I had layers and layers of clothes on, way below freezing. It was absolutely freezing, and I wanted to go to the loo. And I think it was one of the worst moments of my life to have to come outside that tent, take all my clothes off and go for a pee on this ledge, knowing that there was a sheer drop if I walked sideways. I thought, this is wretched, absolutely wretched. And sometimes there was a scene on the loch when I was so cold, and the health and safety person was saying, you've got to stop, she's going to get hypothermia, and they were saying, no, let's just do one shot, because they began to think I was all right. They forgot that I was old on the shoot. Do you know what I mean? And they covered me over completely with a blanket, and then they take it off and I do more, and then they cover me over completely. It was really hard. But that in itself was exciting. The fact that I managed it was really exciting.